Hi, good morning everyone. Wade Webb from Royal LePage. I'd like to thank and welcome Major Ron Cartmel from the Salvation Army. Thank you, Ron, for joining me this morning.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, Wade.
Believe it or not, we only have 15 more sleeps until Fill the Van for the Sally Ann, so we're excited. The event's coming up quickly. Saturday, December 1st, 2012. All of the Save on Food locations again this year, so we're getting those grocery bags out in the next week and a half, and we're looking forward to filling the vans for the Salvation Army Church this year.
Well, we're excited, and Wade, I can't even begin to tell you how important an event this is for the Salvation Army. When those brown bags come in and start to refill our stock in the food bank, it is unbelievable.
Great. So believe it or not, Ron, this is our 13th year. So I don't know if you're a little bit superstitious of that, but hopefully it's lucky number 13. We'd like to see a record amount of money and a record amount of food brought in on December 1st for you and your organization. That's our goal. And man, time flies when we're having fun. 13 years later, here we are.
Well, Wade, every year it seems to get a little bigger. And we're grateful not just for what you're doing, but for the way the community responds and has really got behind this and really makes a difference for the Salvation Army.
So just start us off, Ron. Can you tell me, what does Fill the Van for the Sally Ann, this event, mean to you and your organization?
Well, Wade, the vast majority of the food that comes into the Salvation Army Emergency Food Bank comes in on this one day. And it's just because of the promotion that your team does that we are able to help people throughout the year. And it just, it's unbelievable the difference that it makes.
Excellent. And just in curiosity, this year, 2012, the need, the demand, how does it compare to past years?
Well, the need is always there, and I guess we would measure success when somebody comes into the food bank and they say, you know, we don't need your help anymore because you helped us get through a difficult time in our life. We'd say that's successful. We don't try and measure it by how many people we help because we don't want them to become dependent on the food bank.
Right.
We're trying to help them through a difficult time in their life, and so if we can help them journey through, whether it's a year's, 18 months, or 2 years, when they come back and say, you know what, we're back on our feet, how can we help? That's success.
Great, great. And so tell me, this event, what kind of impact has it had on our community, on Kelowna and West Kelowna, and your organization and the food bank itself? What kind of impact?
Well, I think sometimes we stereotype the kind of people that use food banks. They're the people that, don't want to work and that kind of stuff. That's just not true. Often the people that work or that come to the food bank are the underemployed. The people that are working sometimes 2-3 part-time jobs, but they're only making $10 an hour. And they just can't make it.
Right.
Or, they can kind of make it and then something happens, the car breaks down or something else, and all of a sudden they've got to buy a bunch of prescriptions because one of their kids is sick.
Right, and then what?
Then what?
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of that little support that comes in. So it makes a huge difference for families.
On the day in the event itself, on December 1st, top 10 items, the most in demand and most in need items that you'd like to see in those grocery bags.
Well, those are really those protein items, but things like peanut butter and pasta sauce, and even those chunky soups and cans of meat, chicken, tuna, salmon, all those types of things are really essential.
Right, I had another list here of baby products, baby food, diapers, formula, special needs like Boost, low-cal soups, unsweetened items, whole grain pastas, things like that, a little healthier choices in that. So it sounds like the staples, the proteins, the things that you want to see in the plate day after day is probably the most in need items to put in those bags, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. So when we have this event, and it is a big event, where does all that food and where does all that cash go after the day's out?
Well, the food all goes to the Salvation Army Community Life Center up in Rutland, and you will know because you've been doing this for 13 years. Thankfully, technology has helped us a little bit. We don't have to unload bag by bag.
Right.
We're able to unload it with a forklift now, and it goes into our food bank. Then we have teams of volunteers that will come in and sort it and make sure all the dates are appropriate and what needs to be used first and all organized. And then, well, I could probably say by December 4th, it's going into the hands of the people.
Great. So it gets sorted, it gets stocked, it gets set up by groupings and things like that. Food gets into Lake Country area, Kelowna, the west side on the West Kelowna area, Peachland, all the way, it stretches all the way up and down the valley because you have the depots on both sides and both sides of the area. So we want to make sure that everybody knows that that food's getting spread out along the central Okanagan here. And so thanks for coming in, Ron. Before we leave, I just want to, if you could choose one word that best describes Phil Evan for the Salian, what would that word be for you?
Wait, I think I'd have to say irreplaceable. If we had to go out and purchase all the food that your team coordinates for us, we just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know, or if we did, there's so much other than we couldn't do.
Right.
So, you know, my prayer is that we'll have a 14th and a 15th and a 16th, because I'm not sure what we would do without this.
Great. Well, thank you, Ron Cartmel, Major Ron Cartmel from Salvation Army Church, Wade Webb from Royal LePage Kelowna, Phil Evan for the Salian, Saturday, December 1st. Bring your grocery bags, fill them up, and deliver them to any of the Save on Food locations all day long from 8:30 till 5:30 on Saturday, December 1st. Thanks very much. Take care.
Merry Christmas.